Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, sir.
Shalal, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Yeah. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Are we starting now or you want to stay a few minutes?
We have around 13 students.
I can't hear you.
So we have around 13 students who have joined in. So
Okay.
wait a few moments.
So you have shared my presentation with all of them?
So I forgot. I'll share it now. We share.
You didn't share it?
Yeah, I completely forgot. So we had a lot of work yesterday. I'll be sharing it now. Sure.
Okay. We'll start. Can you see the presentation on the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Now this, I think KDC has not shared. I wanted them to share about 2 days back, but they Senal will share now. After that, after my lecture, you can go through it. Right? So today we are going to learn. Today we are coming out of the book for a while, and today our lecture is also 2 hours because I heard you have something else as well. Right? So time value of money, very important thing is time value of money. So any investment, investment value එක depend වෙන්නේ cash flows මත. Right? ඒගොල්ලෝ අපි මොකක් හරි invest කරන අපි කියමු බැංකුවක fixed deposit එකක් දානවා කියලා. ඒතකොට අපි value එක රඳා පවතින්නේ අපිට එන interest මත. cash flow mata, right? So cash flows matai the timing of these cash flows. The cash flows ගොඩක් ඉස්සරහට නම් තියෙන. එතකොට risk එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒ තුනම තමයි cash flows, timing and the risk associated with it, right? So අපි අහලා තියෙනවා time is money කියලා. අපි මේවන වෙලාව නාස්ති කරන්න එපා. Time is money. But that measure is different for different people, right? Depending on their economic choices. For example, we take someone going to Jaffna by train or bus, while an executive with earning power prefers to fly, getting there in fraction of a time. So that means that person who is going by bus or train, his value of time is less, right? But for the executive who wants to fly, his value of time is higher. So normally we prefer dollar today, right, than a dollar in a year's time. Why? I don't use rupee here because rupee is no value these days, right? It is true because the owner of the dollar, now if we get the dollar now, you can use it for something, right? But if it is coming after 1 year, we have to wait to receive it. The dollar has value to its owner. ඒක value එක තියෙන ඕනට මේක use කරන්න පුළුවන් නම් විතරයි. අපි ගනිමු for example dollar received today, we can invest and as a result will be worth more tomorrow. අපි ඒක invest කරොත් ඒක ඊට වඩා වැඩි වෙනවා හෙට. There may be some risk associated with the use of the dollar, right? A risk අපි ගන්න නැත්තම් මොනවද කරන්නේ? අපි ගන්නවා government bond එක. Okay. Risk ගන්න කැමති නැත්තම් අපි government bond එක දානවා. Okay. Government bond එක දැම්මොත් risk ඒ දැන් තියෙන රටේ තත්ත්වයට government එකත් හරි high risk. Normally it is considered investing in government bond no risk. සාමාන්‍ය ගන්නේ government bond එක treasury bill හරි treasury bond එක දානවා නම් no risk කියලා. Right? අපි ඒක invest කරේ නැත්තම් right? අපි නිකන් තියන් හිටියනම් ඩොලර් එක මොකද්ද වෙන්නේ? අවුරුද්දක් ගියාට පස්සේ ඒකේ වැලියු එක අඩු වෙලා. ලංකාවේ ඉන්නවනම් ඩොලර් එකේ වැලියු එක වැඩි වෙනවා නිකන් තියන් හිටියත්. මම කියන්නේ ඩොලර් පාවිච්චි කරන රටක නම් මේ වැලියු එක අඩු වෙනවා මොකද අපි ඒක පාවිච්චි කරේ නැති හින්දා. ඒක ඉන්ෆ්ලේෂන් එකකින්ද වැලියු එක අඩු වෙනවා. So there are 3 reasons for value of money decrease. එකක් තමයි inflation. දැන් ඕගොල්ලන්ට ගිය අවුරුදු ජනවාරි හම්බෙච්ච සැලරි එකම මේ අවුරුදු ජනවාරි හම්බ වෙනවා නම් ඒකින් කරන්න පුළුවන් වැඩ කොටස දැන් අඩු වෙලා තියෙනවා. මොකද ඉන්ෆ්ලේෂන් එකෙන්. then risk අපිට ඉස්සරහට හම්බ වෙන තියෙන දෙයක් නෑ අපිට ෂුවර් නෑ අපිට හම්බ වෙයිද කියලා. ඒකේ there's a risk and preference for liquidity. අපි liquidity ඉගෙන ගත්තා ද්‍රවතාවය කියන මේ liquidity. ඒ කියන්නේ අපි වැඩියෙන් කැමති අපි ගාව සල්ලි තියෙනවා නම් ඔද ඒක යූස් කරන්න පුළුවන්, right? So inflation refers to the loss of purchasing power of money with time, right? මම දැන් explain කරා වගේ මේ ඉස්සරහට යනකොට inflation එකකින්ද අපිට ඒකෙන් තියෙන purchasing power අපි රුපියල් අපි කියමු 10000කින් ගන්න පුළුවන් බඩු ගිය අවුරුදු ජනවාරි දැන් මේ අවුරුදු ජනවාරි වල එච්චර බඩු ගන්න බෑ, right? Risk refers to variation in the outcome from the expected or anticipated value. That is, risk refers to chance of events not happening as anticipated. අපි බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන දේවල් අපි හිතනවා අපිට කීයක් හරි මේ බෝනස් එකක් හම්බ වෙයි කියලා අවුරුද්ද අන්තිමට. right? ඉතින් මේ අවුරුද්දේ අපි කම්පැනි හොඳ කරේ නැත්නම් බෝනස් එක හම්බ වෙන්නේ නැහැ. right? ඒක තමයි risk එක. liquidity is the ability of the owner to sell the asset easily. For example, it is harder to find buyers for shares, right? අපි ඒක ඉගෙන ගත්ත පළවෙනි පාඩමේම මේ liquidity කියන්නේ අපිට ඉක්මනින්ම asset එක විකුණ ගන්න පුළුවන් හැකියකම. Okay. අපිට දැන් අපි ගත්තොත් share market එකේ තියෙනවා මේ trade in කියන්නේ වැඩි විකිණෙන්නේ නැති shares. ඒවට කියන්නේ illiquid shares. මේ දවස් රැකට් එකක් යනකොට illiquid shares නග්ගලා ආයි බස්සනවා මේ කට්ටිය සල්ලි හම්බ කරනවා. ඒකට ඇක්ෂන් ගන්නවා කියලා share market එකකින් මේ news item එකක් තිබුණා. Right. Effect of timing on the value of money. දැන් අපි ඉස්සර සල්ලි අපේ ආච්චිලේම මේ ඇඳේ මෙට්ටියට තියාගෙන ඉන්නේ. දැන් මොකද වෙන්නේ? දැන් ඒකේ වටිනාකම අඩු වෙනවා අවුරුද්දක් ගිහිලා මොකද බැංකුවක දාන්නෙත් නැහැ බැංකුව දැම්මත් එච්චර දැන් නම් පොලියකුත් නැහැ. ඒත් මේ ඒ කාලේ බැංකුව වලට යන්නත් නැතුව ඇති. එතකොට වෙන්නේ මේ වැලියු එක අඩු වෙනවා. The time is money, right? And generally people prefer cash now rather than cash in the future. ඒක දැන් අපිට quantify කරන්න පුළුවන්. Consider the following case in which the financial officer has to make a decision. දැන් ඔයාලගේ financial officer option දෙකක් තියෙනවා investment එකක් කරන්න. එතකොට එයා කොහොමද ඒක decide කරන්නේ මොන option එකේද invest කරන්න කියලා. Okay. So එකක් තමයි an electric utility is offering a security known as zero coupon bond. අපි කියමු CEB වගේ ආයතනයක් zero coupon bond එකක් issue කරනවා. The terms of the security are the investor will pay 2,337 cents 57 today to purchase the security, and the utility will pay the owner of the security $10,000 in 10 years time. Owner of the security will not receive anything until then. Okay. ඒ කියන්නේ අපි දැන් 2337යි 757 දානවා අපිට අවුරුදු 10කට පස්සේ 10000 හම්බ වෙනවා. ඒක තමයි එක ඔප්ෂන් එක. ඒ ඉලෙක්ට්‍රික් යුටිලිටි එක. right? ඉලෙක්ට්‍රික් යුටිලිටි එකේ හින්දා රිස්ක් එකකුත් තියෙනවා. මොකද ගවර්න්මන්ට් එක නෙමෙයි. මේක මේ ඉලෙක්ට්‍රික් යුටිලිටි එක. Then second option එක තමයි the government is offering a similar security to that of the utility company. ඒ වගේම security එකයි. මේකේ වෙනස තියෙන්නේ except that the security will pay 500 each year for the duration of the security. 500 ගානේ හැම අවුරුද්දෙම ගෙවනවා duration of the security. දැන් අද මට ඊයේ ලියුමක් කරලා තිබ්බා මගේ HNB finance මේ තියෙනවා ඩිබෙන්ච් එකක් ඒකේ සල්ලි account එකට දාලා කියලා 33,000. So and in the last year they will pay full 10,000 plus 500. So the government is selling this security known as coupon bond 4,787.76. Make a coupon bond, right? අරක ඉස්සෙල්ලා එක කිව්වේ zero coupon ඒ කියන්නේ අවුරුද්දට සැරයක් මොකුත් ගෙවන්නේ නැති ඉඳ zero coupon bond. ඒකේ ගෙවන්නේ එතන දාන්නේ 2,337 මේකේ දාන්න ඕනි වැඩි ගාණක් මොකද අවුරුද්දට සැරයක් $500 හම්බ වෙන හින්දා 4,787.76. So the timing of the cash flows for each of these options is different. මේ දෙකේ වෙනස් cash flow එන වෙලාව. And the financial officer as the decision maker needs tools to enable him to make these decisions. So අපි ඉගෙන ගන්න යන්නේ අද future value, present value of cash flows. Future value and present value cash flows and ඒවා use කරන අවස්ථාව. The method relies on expressing any cash flow that is expected in the future in terms of value today. අපි ඕනි cash flow එකක් ඉස්සරහට තියෙන එකක් අපිට මේ present value එකට ගන්න පුළුවන්. So then all the options are compared on a common basis. අපි cash flows compare කරනකොට එක common basis එක compare කරන්න ඕනි. කියන්නේ future ටික ඔක්කොම present එකට අරගෙන compare. Right. අපි බලමු මේ diagram, right? Maintain a comparison of two investment options. Electrical utility, you invest that 2,000 something dollars, you have after 10 years this one, right? So make a make a percent value, calculate value now of future cash flow, right? So the government loan ki abhi medipura 4,000 gana dollars invest karna, 500 gane hambena avrudu 10ක් 10th year ekedi 10,000 plus 500 hambena. Okay. So we have to calculate value now of future cash flows. එතකොට මේ දෙකම මේ ගානට ගත්තොත් අපිට compare කරන්න පුළුවන්. Right. අපි දැන් ඒව කරන්න මම example එකක් ගත්තේ finance manager කරන්න තියදී ඒක කරන්න පුළුවන් විදි ඉගෙන ගන්න. Right. We'll learn future value and compounding. Future value කියන්නේ the amount an investment is worth after one or more periods. सामान्य periods කියලා ගන්නේ 1 year, 2 year, 3 year. සමහරවිට quarters උත් ගන්නවා. First quarter, second quarter, right? So future value is the amount an investment is worth after one or more period. අපි ගාව we have 100 rupees in savings account. It pays 10% interest. What is the future value after 1 year? Okay. Okay. So, එතකොට අපේ 100ක් අපිට තියෙනවා අපි 10% interest හම්බ වෙන savings account එක දානවා. What is the value after 1 year? It is 110, right? Then CI 10% නම් එක 10 rupees හම්බ වෙනවා. So we will have 110, you will have 110 after 1 year, right? So may 110 is equal to your original principal. Principal can itself 100 plus 10% interest that you earn. So we say 110 is the future value of 100 invested for 1 year at 10%. Right? 110 is the future value of 100 invested for 1 year at 10%. The formula is future value is equal to 100 into 1 plus R. R is the interest rate. Then make a period 1 year a period 100 into 1 plus R to the power n can number of periods. Terms terms compounding. Compounding is the process of accumulating interest in an investment over time to earn more interest. The 100 rupees out the past 10 rupees something 10 rupees it's compounding. 10 rupees 110 interest compounding. Interest on interest. Interest account interest right? Interest on the reinvested previous interest. Compound interest can be interest earned on both the initial principal 100 rupees and the interest reinvested from prior periods. Simple interest can be interest earned only on the original principal amount. You can 100 rupees 10% and 10 rupees simple interest can. Present value and discounting, right? So there are the future value and future value and compounding and present value and discounting. Present value, the current value of future cash flows. So ඉස්සරහට හම්බෙන්නව නම් රුපියල් 1000ක් ඒක අද value එක මොකක්ද කියලා බලන එක තමයි present value කියලා කියන්නේ. We need 1,000 in 1 year. How much do we have to invest now at 10%? අපිට 1,000 ගන්න after 1 year අපි කීයක් invest කරන්න ඕනද දැන්? So අපි future value එක දන්නවා present value को calculate करना. So whatever we invest today will be 1.1 times bigger at end of the year. Right? 10% 1.1 times bigger. Since we need 1000 at the end of the year, present value into 1.1 is equal to 1000. So net present value is equal to 1000 divided by 1.1. ඒ කියන්නේ 997.9. තමයි present value of 1000 rupees we are going to get in future at 10%. So in this case, the present value is the answer to the following question. What amount invested today will go to 1000 in 1 year if the interest rate is 10%? So what? Then उत्तर තමයි 909 cents 9, right? 900 cents 09 invested today, right? Will at 10% will go to 1000 in 1 year. Okay. So a present value එකට formula එක තමයි ඒකට කියන්නේ discount. කියන්නේ අපි discount කරනවා අඩු කරනවා අරගේ compound කරනවා වැඩි කරනවා future value. The present value is 1000 into 1 divided by 1 plus r. අපි brackets එක ඉගෙන ගත්තේ last week එකේ ඉස්සෙල්ලා ඒවා එහෙම use වෙනවා. So the discount factor එක තමයි 1 divided by 1 plus r. අපි example එකක් බලමු. Suppose you need 100,000 to buy mobile phone next year. You earn 7% on your money. How much do you have to save today? Okay. So shall we do it on the okay. What the question again? We have, okay, you need 100,000 to buy a mobile phone. That is, after 1 year, you need 100,000 to buy a mobile phone. Okay. You will get 7% on your money in the bank. Right? So how much do you have to save today? Make a present value equation. How much is 100,000 divided by how much? 1.07. 7% is 0.07. So May Ghana, you have to. How much does it come? So if you are not calculating, we'll go back. Right, I have done that here. So 100,000, 7%. Discount factor 1 divided by 1 plus r. 1 divided by 1 plus 7%, that is 1.07 is 0.935. So we have to save today 100,000 into 93.937, so 93,458. We have to save today 93,458. Right. Present value up, we looked at only one period. Present value for multiple periods. Right. Suppose you need to have 1,000 in 2 years. If you can earn 7%, how much do you have to invest to make sure that you have 1,000 when you need it? And in other words, what is the present value of 1,000 in 2 years if the relevant rate is 7%? So 1,000 is equal to present value into 1.07 into 1.07. So 1.07 into to the power 2 squared. Present value into 1.14. Present value is equal to 1,000 divided by 1.14, 873.44. It is less than earlier. You know, there are 2 years, you get as 7%. Therefore, 8,873.44 is the amount that you must invest in order to achieve your goal. So, a present value factor or discount factor is 1 divided by 1 plus r to the power t. R is interest rate, t is the period. Example 2. You would like to buy a new car. You have about 2 million or so, but the car costs 2.5 million. If you can earn 9%, how much do you have to invest today to buy the car in 2 years? Do you have enough? Okay. So, right. So, example 2. Two is we want to find out 2.5 million we need in 2 years. Here we are assuming the car prices won't go up. Okay, into 2.5 million, and if you can earn 9%, if you earn 9%, how much do you have to invest to have 2.5 million in 2 years? But you are having at the moment with you 2 million. Okay, 2 million is with you, right? So do you have enough? Right. So we look at, we say after 1 year 1.09. Okay. 2 years 1.09. Again you get it. Okay. So present value factor. Present value factor is 1 divided 1.09 to the power 2. Okay. That is coming to 0.84. So you have to multiply 2.5 by 0.84 to get the present value. Present value is 2,500,000. But here percent 100 into 0.84 is equal to 2,104,200. Okay. 2,104,200. then you have to have 2,104,200 to have 2.5 million. But if you are having only 2 million, you are short of 104,200. 104,200 මදි අතේ තියෙන ගාන අවුරුදු දෙකකින් 2.5 million හදාගන්න. Okay. Right. ඒක මම හදලා තියෙන මෙතන ඕගලන්ට lecture notes හම්බ වෙනවා. Right. Present value factor එක 0.84, present value එක 2,104. We are short of 104,200. තව කාගෙන් හරි 104,200 ඉල්ලගෙන මේ investment එක කරන්න ඕනේ to have 2.5 after 2 years. Right. Evaluating another investment, your company proposes to buy an asset for 335,000. Right? This investment is very safe. You will sell off the asset in 3 years for 400,000. You know that you could invest the 335,000 elsewhere at 10% with very little risk. What do you think of the proposed investment? Okay, we'll work it out. මේක කරන විදි දෙකක් තියෙනවා. මම ලෙක්චර් නෝට් එකේ කරලා තියෙන වෙනත් විදිය මම මෙතෙන්දි කරන්න තව විදියකට. අපිට මේක කියන්නේ we have 330, we can buy an asset for 335,000, right? Okay. We can buy an asset for 335,000. It's and after 3 years can sell for 400,000. That is one option. Okay. Again, make it investment is safe. Safe means there are risks, but it's safe. Okay. And again, we know we could invest 335,000 elsewhere at 10%. Okay. Elsewhere at 10%. Okay. අපි බලමු මේ 10% වලට මේක 335,000 invest කරොත් for 3 years how much we get. Okay, right. So what is the future value factor? That is, if it is for 1 year, we 1 plus 0.1. Okay, we have to multiply 335,000 into 1 plus 0.1. 1 year. 2 years and 2 make it 3 years power to the 3. Okay. Right. So we'll look at how much this factor is. Right. Can someone calculate 1 plus 0.1 into the power 3? That is 1.1 to the power 3. If there is no power, how in your calculator, how do you do it? 1.1 to the power 3 means 1.1 into 1.1 into 1.1. That is 1.331. Okay, this is 1.331. So future value after 3 years is 335,000 into how do I get back here? Hmm. Can someone tell me? I think last time also someone helped me. Oops.
So try selecting and erasing.
Process, no? Fun?
So try selecting and erasing. I think.
Okay. That is also not good.
So we can close and then reopen them.
Right. Yeah, so that 335,000 into 1.331 is 445,000. Okay, 335,000 into, that means if we invest in that, you can get 445,000, but the previous investment you get only 400,000. So you go for the more safer investment. Right. So in this note I have done differently. This is 335, 400,000. Taken the present value of 400,000, right? Is 300,000, 526. So it means at 10%, if you invest only 300,000, 526, you can get 400,000. Now, what I just explained to you was, if we invest 335,000 at 10%, we get 400,000, 45 or something, 445,000. Okay. Any questions? දැන් අපි මෙච්චර වෙලා කරේ එක amount එකක් cash flow එක ගත්තා ඉස්සරහටද future value එක. දැන් අපි බලන්නේ future value of multiple cash flows. ඒක cash flows ගොඩක් අරගෙන ඒක multiple එක බලනවා ඉස්සරහට කොච්චරද කියලා. So if you deposit 1,000 in 100 in first year, 200 in second year, 300 in third year, how much will you have in third year? මේ ඔක්කොම ඔයගලන්ට use කරන්න පුළුවන් දේවල් ඔයගලන්ගේ daily life you can use it. How much of this is interest? How much will you have in 5 years? Assume 7% interest rate throughout. Right? So we have cash flow 100 in first year, we are investing 200 in the second year, 300 in the third year. What is the question? How much of this is, how much will you have in third year, right? So what we invest in first year, right? We have 3 years. So 100 into 1.07 to the power 3, 112.50. What we invest in second year, 200, දෙවෙනි අවුරුද්දේ invest කරන්නේ 200 into 1.07 to the power 2. Third year, we have 1 year. This is done in the beginning of the year. So 300 into 1.07, 321. So end of the third year, 672.48. අපි මෙහෙම මෙතන 600ක් දාලා අපිට 672.748ක් තියෙනවා end of the third year. එතකොට මොකද්ද පොලිය interest එක 672.748න් 600ක් අඩු කරාම ඒක තමයි interest එක. තව example එකක් ගන්නු. දැන් ඔය කරේ future value of multiple cash flows, then present value with multiple cash flows. ඒ කියන්නේ ඉස්සරහා තියෙන cash flows එක present value එකට ගන්න එක. If you are offered an investment that will pay you 200 in first year, අපිට given 200, second year 400, third year 600 and 800 in the last year. අවුරුදු 4කට last. So you can earn 12% on very similar investments. What is the most you should pay for this one, right? අපිට වෙනින් ඒ වගේ investment එක 12% ගන්න පුළුවන්. ඒතකොට අපි කරන්න තියෙන්නේ 12% වලින් discount කරලා බලනවා. ඊට වඩා අඩු ගාණක් තමයි invest කරන්න ඕනේ මේක. So cash flow තියෙනවා අවුරුදු 4කට 200, 400, 600, 800. Present value factor. Present value factor කියන්නේ මෙතන නම් එක 1.12 වලින් බෙදනවා, මේක දෙක 1.12 වර්ගයෙන් බෙදනවා. ඒ වගේ present value factor. Present value is we can make a very good present value cash flow into present value factor. So 179, right? 319,427,508. Total එක 1,433. So මොකද්ද question එක තිබ්බේ? කොච්චරද maximum invest කරන්න ඕනේ මේ cash flows ගන්න. ඒ කියන්නේ maximum invest කරන්න ඕනේ cash flows ගන්න 1433යි. ඊට වඩා අඩුවෙන් invest කරොත් we can get more than 12% return. Okay. So that is over. We go to the book now. Right. Any questions from that present value and future value? Very useful in your day-to-day work or investment decision making. පේනවද? Can you see?
No, sir.
Oh, you can't see. Okay. Sorry. Can you see?
No, sir.
Huh? Can you see? No. 3.1% change. Business myth.
No, sir, can't see.
Can't see, no? Okay. This time you can see. Can see, no? Right. So percentage change, are we up or down? Right. Now that is actually මේ රටේ මේ දවස්වල වෙන දෙයක්. හැමදේම up the down යන්නේ මේ දවස්වල. ඔක්කොම up වෙනවා. එකක් down වෙනවා. මොකද down යන්නේ? රුපියල. රුපියල down වෙනවා ඒත් සෙන්ට්‍රල් බැංක් එක ඒක ආටිෆිෂියලි හිර කරන් ඉන්නවා මේ උඩට යන්න නොදී. ඒ කියන්නේ ඩොලර් එකට සාපේක්ෂව රුපියල දැන් 235ක් 240ක් වෙන්න ඕනේ. ඒ තාම 200 අල්ලන් ඉන්නවා. ඒකින්ද ඩොලර්ස් කට්ටිය ඩොලර්ස් ගන්නත් බෑ. ගොඩක් ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා. ඕකේ. percentage change කියන්නේ අපි කියමු how good to deal to buy $359 futon for 215.40. It can also be difficult to understand. I think percentage වලින් දෙනවා නම් අපිට හරි ලේසි. right? අපිට කියන්න පුළුවන් මෙච්චර percentage එකකින් එකක් වැඩි කියලා. right? So when it is expressed as percentage, it's the end result. Are you getting a good deal? If that $250.14 futon is 60% of the regular price. Right? So what most people do find easier to understand is a change expressed as a percentage. Then company එක profit උනත් කියන්නේ අපි ගිය අවුරුද්දට වඩා 10% increase in profit. 10% increase in deposits. Formula එකක් තියෙනවා. Formula එක කරන්නේ you can go through in the book, and today I will cover some area. After that you have the book, you can go through. අපි කියමු අපි all quantity was 25, right? The new quantity is 50. The quantity has doubled, right? 25 has become 50 from the original amount. What is the percentage change? එතකොට කරන්නේ 50න් 25ක් අඩු කළා අර ඔරිජිනල් එකෙන් බෙදනවා 25න්, right? එතකොට 100% change. මොකද 25 වගේම 25ක් තව වැඩි වෙලා ඉතින් 100% change. right? අපි ඒ වගේම ගත්තොත් 75ට ගිහිල්ලා නම් 75න් 25 අඩු කළා 25න් බෙදනවා. එතකොට 200% change. 25 වගේ දෙගුණයක් 50කින් වැඩි වෙලා. So negative change. Then the positive change එක තමයි negative change තියෙන පුළුවන්. If the old quantity was 20 and the new quantity is 50, this is a decrease of 5 or change. 15 minus 20 is minus 5. So minus 5 divided by 20 into 100 minus 25%. Okay. So the change is minus 25% or it has decreased by 25%. So decrease replaces the negative sign. So do not combine the negative sign with the word decrease. We can't say decrease by minus 25%. එතකොට ඒ idea එක එන්නේ. So two negatives we know makes a positive. It has decreased by minus 25% would actually mean the quantity increased by 25%. So formula එක change එක තමයි අලුත් figure එකකින් පරණ එක අඩු කරලා හරණයකින් බෙදලා 100 වලින් වැඩි කරනවා. Right? New minus old into 100. 100% conversion. Recall from section 2.3 that you convert a decimal to a percentage. අපි ඒක ඉගෙන ගත්තා. අපි ගමු මේ තව example එකක්. Assume last month your sales were 10,000. හොඳයි මේ course එකත් sales and marketing නේ. එතකොට last month your sales were 10,000, right? And they have risen to 15,000 this month. You want to express that in percentage change in sales, right? So done old එක 10,000, new එක 15,000. එතකොට අපි කරන්නේ old එකෙන් new එක අඩු කරලා old එකෙන් බෙදනවා. So old එක 15, 5,000 divided by 10,000. Your sales have increased by 50%. Okay. Right. Our example it has been 5 years since Juan went shopping for a new car. New car for 5 years. On his first visit to a car lot, he had a sticker shock when he realized that the new car prices had risen by about 20%. What does this situation involve? Yeah, question car prices have increased by 20% over 5 years. We'll have a look at the next one. Manuel had his home custom built in 2006 for 300,000. Right? At a cost today, Manuel 300,000. In 2014, professionally valued for 440,000. He wants to figure out how much his home has appreciated, right? How much would he do? The 2006 price is the new, and 2014 price is the old. Hemad Haryani, and the 2006 price is the old, and 2014 price is the new. So second B is correct. 2006 price is the old, and 2014 price is the new. Right? So you have to take 2006 is 300,000, 440,000. So how do you get it? 440,000 minus 300,000 divided by 300,000. That is 140,000 divided by 300,000. 140 divided by 300. About 47% increase. Okay. Price of new cars in Canada. We'll have a look at this example. In 1982, the average price of a new car sold in Canada was 10,668. By 2009, the average price of new car had increased to 25,683. By what percentage has the price of new car changed over the years? Right. So you are trying to find the percentage change in the price of new car, right? But we are looking at percentage change of price of a new car. What do we know? We know the old and new prices of cars. Old is 10,668, new is 25,683. So how will you get the answer? Apply that formula. That's old, new minus old divided by old. So new is 25,683 minus old 10,668. Divide करना है क्या? 10,668. So 15,000 divided by 10,668 is car prices have gone up over 140% over the years, from 1982 to 2009. I think Sri Lanka, it has happened in 2 years. car prices, some car prices going up over 100%. Okay. Another example, figuring out a price after tax. Right? When you purchase a retail item, the tax increases the price of the product. Right? VAT කියලා තියෙනවා, right? So increase the price of the product. If you buy 799 gym machine in Ontario, it is subject to 13% HST. HST is like value-added tax. Okay, what amount do you pay for the GoFlex including taxes? So we know we are buying for 799. We are buying for 799, right? And but we have to pay 30% tax. So we old price is 799. The change is 13%. So we want to find out the new price. Right? So this is the formula: 13% equal to new minus old 799 divided by 799 into 100. Right? Resolve කරාම මේක calculation එක කරාම new එක එනවා 902.77. 799යි අපි ඒ වුණාට ගෙවන්න ඕනි 902.77. දැන් මේක වෙනවා ලංකාවට කාර් ගෙන්නනකොට car prices actually not so much. ඒ වුණාට duty add කරාම ඒක car price එක double වලටත් වඩා වැඩි වෙනවා. Handling price changes, right? Consumers often subject to price changes in many daily products. Price changes. Even though inflation and other cost changes may justify these increases. To reduce the resistance to price increase, many manufacturers adjust both prices and product sizes at the same time. මේ කියන්නේ price එක වැඩි වෙනකොට price එකට හරියට product size එක adjust කරනවා කියලා. ලංකාවේ මොකද්ද ළඟදී එහෙම කරලා තිබ්බේ? price එක වැඩි වුණා කියලා නැති වෙන්න පෙන්නන්න. I was told milk powder, normally 400 gram packet, now change to 300 gram packet and selling at maybe same price. So the price has increased, but you don't show the increase in the price in the packet, but price contents have come down. Right? I think they did that for gas also. Gas. For example, the regular selling price for a bottle of shampoo was $5.99, right? In 240 milliliter bottle. Shampoo $5.99 240 milliliter. To account for cost changes, the manufacturer decided to change the price to $5.79. Price එක අඩු කරා, but also reduced the bottle to 220 milliliters. So what was the percentage change in the price per milliliter? එතකොට බලන්න ඕනේ